I'm not used to be an interviewer. Most of the time I'm interviewed, but I gonna do my best. Don, a legend. For me, a legend. I'm also coming out of the fight sport. My son is a legendary Ramon Dekker, and I have to tell you, you are now in the hometown, in the city where Ramon is born.
Oh, I didn't know that. I know of his career. I don't believe we ever met, though. But I knew him and was a great fan of his fighting style. You know, he was very aggressive. He's not like a guy going for points.
No, it's...
Yeah, he's going to knock people out, you know.
Exactly.
And he did. A lot of fighters he knocked out.
Yeah, but by the way, about knocking out, I was supposed to fight in the early 80s Mr. Branko Sikitic, but I started my own gym, and then my sparring partner, he took my place and got knocked out by Branko Sikitic, and then you fought with Branko about knockout.
Yes, I knocked him out, but that was, you know how Muhammad Ali used to predict what he was going to do? I never did that except for that fight, because they sent me 3 videos of Branko. And I watched, and I think Tom Harnick thought he was going to scare me a little, intimidate me, because Branko, the bell rings, and he cornered all 3 fighters on the ropes. As soon as Branko got him on the ropes, he threw right hands and knocked him out. So I told all my sparring partners, I said, you know what's going to happen in this fight? I said, I'm going to outpoint him. I'm going to run around the ring. He's going to have a hard time to hit me. And when he gets desperate, I'm going to go against the ropes, and I know what he's going to do, because I saw 3 of his videos, and all 3 he did the same thing. When you hit the ropes, Branko comes with the right hand.
I know.
So I waited, not waiting, but we fought 6 rounds. In the 7th round, he finally corners me on the ropes. So I've been waiting the whole fight for this. I've been practicing, and for 6 weeks I was throwing right hooks over and over into the bag. So I hit the ropes, and I throw the punch. And I missed. I don't know how I missed. I don't know if I blinked or what, but I didn't hit him. But I had done it so many times. I did it. I did another one right behind it. It hit him in the back of his jaw, ruptured his eardrum, broke his jaw. When he hit the ground, he hit face first, broke his nose. He was messed up. And
I know. But what surprised me, because you was very famous about your technical, your flexibility, and your footwork and outpointing people.
Yes, my defense was better than my offense by far. My defense. Yeah. I fought 28 years from middleweight to cruiserweight, and I can say literally in a 12-round fight, the leather of my opponent's glove would never touch the skin of my face. No. And so I had confidence that if I didn't want to get hit, I wouldn't get hit. But you know, when you're trying to hit somebody else, you move into range, and you're vulnerable. So I was a counter fighter, and Branko fell. Well, some boxing coaches, they see it and they watch me and they say, "You're like a spider, and you build the web, and then the fly comes in, and then you get him." Because they could tell I was setting him up for that knockout. It wasn't. Not only was it not a fluke, I told my sparring partners that's how I'm going to win.
Now, to be honest, Don, when the fight was announced, I didn't give you a chance, because
no one did.
I studied him also, because I was supposed to fight him, and then you surprised me by knocking him out, and that was actually not your. You was the flexible point.
I'm not a knockout fighter. I outpoint my opponents, but the thing is, I fight southpaw, which is this way,
I know,
right side forward, and I fight sideways. So if somebody wants, you throw the side kick, it's my best kick. But if you want to hit me with the right hand, which is Branko's big gun was a right hand, I'm so far away from here. I'm so far away that it was hard for him. If
Sidekick is one of the most difficult kicks to defend, by the way, because I was a specialist in sidekicks myself.
Well, you know what? When they defend it, it still works against them because it stops them. Yeah. They defend it. You got to use your forearms. You don't drop down with your hands to block it. You cover, but it's very difficult to throw a punch if it's coming at your sidekick. And today the fighters don't even use it. They just throw roundhouse kicks like the Thai fighters. All roundhouse.
My son has a gym over here, and I call it, and you should know, because I think your mother is a Japanese.
Yes.
We call it the yogogiri. It's kind of yogogiri.
Yogogiri.
Yeah, it's a sidekick.
Japanese. Japanese.
Yeah.
Well, I study Kung Fu. So even though I'm Japanese, I study Kung Fu. So I did fight in Japan, 3 fights, but it was hard for me to get an audience there because by being a Kung Fu stylist, it's like I turned my back on traditional Japanese karate.
Okay, now you're in Breda, the hometown of legendary fighters like Alistair Overeem, but especially Ramon Dekker. But you're here from the film
Dekker by
festival.
far, he stands out.
Yeah, that's what I say.
By far.
He's far above.
Yes.
The film festival. You go all film festivals because it surprised me that you are here out of the States in Breda.
No, I don't go to many. First of all, my films are not meant to be critically acclaimed. In other words, the film festivals don't look up to martial art action movies. They think that they're below the level of artistic.
I know.
But my movies are popular with young, urban, ethnic males. That's what MGM released my first 2 movies. And they did a survey and they said, gear your movies for that and you'll always get that audience. And so there is an audience for martial art action movies, but it's not the same as for film lovers.
No, I know because my other student Bas Rutte, he's also in the movies. Not as much as you. Are you still acting?
Yeah. Of course, the pandemic, I had to take 2 years off, and I appeared in a couple of friends' movies. But when I star in a movie, I starred in 30 movies. They all made a profit. So I'm 30-0 in the movie business. My movie record is better than my fight record because I got no losses. And most, even the really, really big name, Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, and the big guys, sometimes their movies don't make a big profit. And but so far, probably some of it was luck. Is that I worked with Roger Corman, who I did 12 movies for him, and he's known to be a producer. He's produced over 300 movies, but he never loses money.
Good.
Well, because many times what he would do is pre-sell the movie. He makes it for a certain amount, and he's already in profit because he's going to charge the person who buys the film. Like I said, my first 2 movies were released by MGM, so he made them for MGM, and he was already into profit before it was released.
Yeah. No, that's very good. One other friend of me, maybe you know him, Stephen Quadros.
Yes, Stephen, yes.
He's a very good friend of me.
I call him the keeper of the archives because he has all the fight information in his head.
But he told me once, Cor, you should be an actor. But I concentrated on the fight business, and I developed Glory, a big brand in kickboxing. We've been in America, and you continued actually in the movie.
Well, the thing is, I never intended to be an actor. I never took acting lessons. I never was interested in it. But Chuck Norris was going to my fights, and he was doing movies at the time. And he said to me, he said, Don, you should move to LA when you retire, get an agent, take acting lessons, and try it as a second career. Because he said it worked for him. So Chuck Norris suggested it, and that's why I tried it. And when I retired, I fought a guy named Johnny Terrio in 1984, because I've retired 3 times. And I'm getting fight offers right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I may come out again.
Yeah.
But I came out of retirement twice, so now I've retired 3 times. And all fighters go through that, though, because you still have your name, but they know you're not the same fighter. So they offer money, good money, to come out of retirement so a young guy can beat me. So the 3 fights that I had when I came out of retirement, I won all 3.
I was
supposed to lose them all.
Ramon did the same.
Yeah.
3 times he came back because they wanted him in Japan. So every time.
And I'm sure they've had some young guy that they were building up, thinking he's going to beat Ramon Dekker.
He fought with one arm and knocked the people even out. But also one time he lost on points because he couldn't. He was like handicapped, So, but everybody wanted to see him again. Like you said, it's your name.
Yeah, we still have the name. It's like, but the call that I got that excited me was Roy Jones called me to do an exhibition fight. Yeah. He did a thing on a boxing match called Legends, and he did it against Tyson. And so he looked big. He's like over 200 pounds, Roy Jones now. And he looked pretty good in shape. He went 8 rounds with Tyson. But I never returned his phone call. Now, I'm sure he's thinking, Don was too scared to fight me. No. What it was, I want to make some money with these exhibitions, but I don't want to start the first one with Roy Jones.
No.
No. The first guy that I called up myself was Mickey Rourke. Now, Mickey Rourke's done some amateur boxing, and he's an actor, and I've known him since 1985.
No, but he's also athletic.
And he's a nice guy, and he does exhibition fights. He does them. And we could look good together, and I would never hurt him. It's not me trying to set Mickey up and then hit him hard.
No.
It's just we put on a show. And I wanted to make some money. And then Van Damme, I had a guy contact Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I have a nice story about him.
Well, he
was in the corner by the opponent from Ramon, and then he said to his in the corner.
TIE fighter probably.
No, he was by Dida Affat. It was a French fighter.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Dida, and then he yelled to Jean-Claude, give him low kicks because Ramon Dekkers don't know about low kicks at all. So.
Well, that means he doesn't know anything. Well, people say that about me. They say, "Oh, Don Donaldson." I fought WK. My title, we always kicked the legs. Yeah. We just didn't have the knees and we didn't have the elbows. So my favorite style of fighting would have been MMA, though, because of all the sports and all the kickboxing, my best sport is wrestling.
Yeah.
When I walked onto a wrestling match in college, and they told me, what you're trying to do, Mr. Wilson, is impossible and has never been. No one's done it.
You ever want to try it?
I got a scholarship from never wrestling before, and my second year, I took 4th in the state of Florida at 177 wrestling.
Okay.
Wrestling, I pick up faster than anything.
But now you're retired, eh? Or not?
Well, I don't wrestle, but
I mean, look, I see still Bill Wallace doing some things.
If it's all, I'm a mercenary. It's all about the money. You know, I've already had all the titles and all that, so I'm not into that. It's not an ego thing, and but I'm a professional fighter. If the money's right, look, if I thought I was going to get hurt, I wouldn't do it because I don't need to get hurt that much. You know, I mean, I'm 71. Have you ever heard of a 71-year-old fighter? I'm
69, but I still want to accept the fight. You know.
Well,
we don't gonna fight together. You
know? No. What they want to see is somebody young against me.
Yeah.
And
no, but you shouldn't do that, man.
If
the money is there,
right? Look, the money they're talking about is really good. The fight that I came out of retirement for the last time I came out was I was offered $150,000 cash to sign the contract, signing bonus. I get that immediately. Then 12% of the gross pay-per-view revenue, and it was going to be sold by Viewers Choice, the biggest pay-per-view company in the world. They only do big fights. They do Holyfield, Tyson. They wouldn't even do Roy Jones's fights. He had to fight for HBO, but they were going to do my fight. Here's what happens, though.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about the initiative to have a festival like this? Because it are indeed what you say. It are a little bit maybe underestimated. It's not the right word, but it are not the most famous movies they play over here. But your movie, you are the fight. You know,
these are still movie fans. These are the fans of movies, and they're more hardcore because most people they're going to be disappointed if they don't spend $100 million on the movie.
But I hear they're traveling from all over the world to be at this festival, so that's also surprising.
I hope they enjoyed the movies that they see, and you know, they keep coming. This is over 20 years, I believe. So it's a success.
Oh, by the way, this is the poster from my son and legendary Ramon Dekker. I give it to you. It was specially made actually for Japan and the United States like 30 years ago. This is the copyright for me and the photographer. But I give this 2 times.
Young Ramon Dekker, then.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Look at him. You know.
Yeah. He was great. He's great.
Show the camera.
Oh yeah.
Ramon Dekker, great fighter.
You have experience with fighting Thai fighters as well.
Yes. I fought in Bangkok and
Lumpini?
Lumpini Stadium, and I fought the stadium champion. He had
what a time was that? Those times in Lumpini. It was like a chicken farm.
Here's how they
I've been there a lot.
Here's how they influence the fight before the bell even rings. They tell me I can come in at any weight because he's a stadium champion, and I only fought under those rules, I believe, twice before. So I had 2 fights in their eyes that had elbows and knees, and I fought him in Hong Kong and won. And they said I'm going to fight the stadium champion. Samat was his name, and
Samat Payakarun.
I don't know.
Yes, he was also a singer, and he was a world champion boxing.
Well, he was their stadium champion. They said. Yeah. So he's the best one they had, and so 5-round fight. Now I'm a 12-round fighter, so that's a little short for me, but. And I don't fight with elbows. No, he does, on the knees, and so it's not really my game. But I wanted the money, so I took the fight. I arrive at the auditorium, and they said, "Come in at any weight. Doesn't matter. You don't have to make weight because he's going to beat you anyway. We don't care. They don't.
You have to be in the sauna in the morning over there.
When an elbow hits you in the face, it doesn't matter what you weigh. So they were expecting elbows and knees. So I get there, and they tell me, I have to drop 8 pounds to come in at my fighting weight.
It's about the gambling, man, there.
Right. And but here's the way the Thais made a mistake. Easily, I win the early rounds, but the Thais, they plan on coming on hard on the end. They plan on after round 3, they just go crazy. It's all about knockouts. But the thing of it is, I realized I believe it's like the 4th round, that when he was grabbing my head and using knees and elbows, but mainly knees. When the guy grabs your head, he's open for an uppercut. And I didn't realize that. It was only my 3rd fight under Thai rules. So what happened was, in the later rounds, the 4th and the 5th round, he ran from me because he could no longer grab my head. Because if you grab my head, there's no way you're going to stop my uppercut. I didn't realize that, but I learned it in the middle of the fight. And I hit him a couple of times, and he backed up.
I tell you a secret, because I fought a lot of times with Ramon. You know how they judge? They judge you who is making the best Muay Thai techniques, so you can never win that fight.
Well, yeah, I did not win on decision, but the Chinese that bet on me, they bet I'd go finish the fight. They bet he would not win by knockout. The Thais were so overconfident, they thought he would knock me out. So they all bet their money, and they lost all their money. And he was booed out of the auditorium. They booed him because I was still standing, no cuts, nothing, and he was running for me the last round. It's on video. You can probably watch it on
Don,
YouTube.
the film festival is taking this out of. I just want to give you this book. This book is like an artwork. We've been like this kind of festival.
Yes.
Tom, I'm in here myself. I'll give you a card of me later so that we can. So it was really a pleasure to meet you, and I made my career in fight sport. You also, but you continued in acting.
Well, anybody can do the acting. Anybody can do it. Keanu Reeves can do it.
Yeah. Maybe I'm gonna do it in the future. So it was very nice to meet you, and welcome in Breda, the hometown of many legends, and now an American legend is here. It was nice to have this conversation. Thank you.
Thank you.